Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be having another World Boss video and we'll be looking at Stormwing. Yes, Stormwing. So I'm gonna just show you my buffs from my guild. Physical attack, magic attack, increase critical damage, increase lethal damage, increase awakening, gauge charge speed, reduce ally cooldown. Okay, so let's just take a look. So my score is pretty alright. I know there's a very insane... Oh, this is what? Okay, I know there's a very insane Teo bug right now, but I will not be showing you this, okay, because I think it's very broken. I don't know, I can't afford to equip my Teo for World Boss and just whack away just for the high score, but I'll be using Taka. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my Masteries. I'm gonna show you my Masteries. Okay, so a quick look at hero equipment. Taka with double lethal, double HP, lifesteal, critical damage. You want to give him lifesteal because he has no self-sustenance at all. So lifesteal is the only way he can get back his health due to Stormwing's attacks. For Jewel's lethal rate, because he only has, if you look at his weapons, he only has about 60+% of lethal rate. So I really want to boost it because I realize sometimes his lethal rate, he doesn't proc his lethal at all, which results in very low damage. Next is the PvE Jewel, PvE crit and lethal damage, and also finally skill cooldown. So for me, I think this is the most optimal for Taka. Of course, if you don't have the PvE Jewel, you have to equip him with the critical damage and lethal damage jewel separately, and maybe give him another a skill cooldown as well. Okay, so these are his exclusive items. You need his exclusive items to maximize his damage. Finally, his limit break will be increased lethal damage, increased critical damage, and also increased damage done to universal heroes. Okay, so then we have Ares. You have double speed, double HP, evasion. Evasion is very important here because the Stormwing likes to slap Ares a lot. Lifesteal, increase awakening gauge, charge speed, debuff, resist. Exclusive items are all unlocked. Limit break, I gave her increased petrify resist rate and increased counter. Okay. For Ace, he is just there for his passive. No limit break. Okay, so double speed, double HP, lifesteal damage, exclusive item unlocked, but that is not important. For Rachel, double speed, double HP, a petrify resist ring, increase her awakening charge speed, lifesteal and damage reflect. Ignore the damage reflect, okay, not important. For limit break, I gave her increased lethal rate. For Soy, I gave her double speed, double HP, just very bare minimal equipment. Willful ring 3 turns with evasion, lifesteal and damage. I think her limit break is not important and her exclusive item is not important as well. Okay, so without further ado, let us just head into World Boss. I'll be showing you 2 runs. Both are supposedly my better runs, and I'll be of course commenting along the way. Finally, at the end of the video there will be outtakes, so do enjoy them. And so yeah, here's our first match. So always kill totem test first, regardless of what the dragon does. And at this point we don't bother with Rachel's Blaze and Phoenix because we have Ace's passive. So in this case, it's the best case scenario whereby Ares' Awaken passive comes up really early in the match. This is because she gets whacked by Stormwing's basic attacks. Okay, otherwise you have to wait until her speed turn, then she gets her Awaken passive. So always continue with Totem Test because your Ares is supposed to counter the Stormwing to reset the cooldown for Totem Test. So if it's not reset, then use Wind Cutter to reset it yourself. And there should be time left for another totem test. So I know some people might use Taka's Awaken skill at this point, but I'm going to continue with totem test, and that's because I'm actually trying to wait for Soy's buff to be up, then I'll fire off his Awaken skill. that will give more damage. So you will want your Taka to actually do random speed attacks onto the dragon to heal himself. That is actually a good thing, and it actually helps to prolong the turn, because every time after he speeds attack, he's able to use another skill, and that delays your whole match speed turn. So the crux of the battle actually is at turn 3, okay? So I will be highlighting this to you again. So now it's Soy speed turn. So there's one more speed turn from my Taka. Speed attack from my Taka. So this is his speed attack, which means it's going to be the Stormwing speed attack the next time. So this is his speed attack. Oh no. Not yet, not yet. And that's because he still has skills. So if he still has skills, the turn will not increase that fast. Okay. So you can still see we are still on turn 2, and my Taka is still able to do totem test on him and also do extra attacks. So see, if he attacks a random speed attack, he can actually use another skill. Now it's turn 3, and then the dragon is going to do his speed attack on turn 3. So as you can see, the cooldown is very tight, okay, because both skills are going to be ready. So this really depends on luck. Sometimes if he doesn't use Earthquake, like in this case, and he uses his breath, then I think you might be in trouble. But if he uses Earthquake, then quickly always use Soy's Awaken skill, Wind Wings, to provide your whole team with immunity. So that when he uses Storm Breath, it won't do damage. And as you can see, Ace being petrified here is actually a very good thing, because he receives no damage from now on, and his passive is able to sustain. So I just used Taka's Awaken skill, and it does a lot more damage than without Soy's buff, okay? And even now his normal skill is doing about 400,000 more each hit. Yeah, as you can see, Ace does not receive damage. His buff is gonna be remain on the field, which is awesome. And even though Saw is lost, my Taka is still able to do skills. So imagine if my Saw is still around, my Taka is gonna maintain his high attack. So it's good that if you have enough gear to gear up Saw, then go ahead. So now my Taka is unfortunately petrified. I have to use Ares' Crash It to remove the buff, and also remove Ace's buff, but it's fine because we already reached the 5-minute mark, and all the buffs are gonna be gone anyway. So at this point, I kind of wanted, I felt that maybe I could save my Crash It for later, keep Taka alive, because if I crash it and then he uses his other skill, then he's gonna die. So I tried to crash it here, and then hopefully sneak in one more attack for Taka, but I guess not, because Rachel's speed attack goes first. So Taka dies here, but it's fine. The bench is pretty much over at this point. I was just trying to still do as much damage as I can. So I'm just going to recap of what just happened, but don't worry, I'm going to talk about this in the second run as well. And also at the end there will be my summary of tips, so do stay tuned for it. But before that, I'm just going to quickly run through as this match still goes on. So basically, when turn 3 hits, you have to prepare your Soy's Awaken skill by then. And if he uses Earthquake, okay, and doesn't kill your team yet, then you can use Soy's Awaken skill and give your whole team some shields and nullify damage from them. So it prolongs your team's survivability. Okay, so with 249 million, I am placed at currently rank 23, which is really good. But I'm sure I'll be pushed down all pushed down all the way by all those TO teams. Okay, so this is my run 2. Again, start with Totem Test. It's very important for you to note the speed attack of your team, okay? Again. So in this case, it's very lucky because both Rachel and Ares' passes go up at once. So from the get-go, okay, my Totem Test is gonna do a lot of damage already. And this was one of my earlier runs, so I wasn't thinking too much. I was just gonna fire off. I was just gonna wait and use Taka's Awaken skill as soon as I got it. As you can see, the damage is not that much. And in this case, he didn't proc his lethal. That is why you should always give Taka a little bit more lethal. So if you watch this video and you may be thinking, how come your Taka skill is actually doing less damage than the previous one? And that is because in this one, he only has 2 red +5 jewels. In the first video, he has 3 red +5 jewels. Okay, so you can see that there is actually a difference in the damage output if you do not have 3 +5 red jewels on your Taka, awakened red jewels. So at this point, I was quite worried for my Taka because you may look at his health. Okay, but he heals. So this is why you want him to do this kind of extra slices, okay? And then after his extra slices, he will immediately be able to use another skill, which is very good. Which means he sneaks in an additional attack for you. So again, always prioritize Totem Test when it's ready. And if you see that, okay, Stormwind is going to use an attack next, you can just queue for Totem Test because your Ares is supposed to, reduce the cooldown for Totem Test. And if your Ares doesn't, then it's time to look at your Ares' equipment and also your Masteries. So it's turn 3. I'm a bit worried for my team, so I'm gonna just use Soi's Awaken skill, give them protection, and also buff Taka's attack. So do note that when Soi gives her protection, okay, her base plus 50% increase in physical attack does not matter, okay. So the Awaken skills buff overrides her passive. So after the Awaken skill wears off, then you will see that Taka is gonna have a fall in attack. So it's very fast paced against Stormwind. If you use Taka, of course. If you're using Teo, then you have your hourly runs against Stormwind. So my Rachel's life is also like hanging in line. So again, this is one of those cases whereby Ace is petrified at 1 HP and he's just staying on the field in this rock, and his passive is gonna just continue to provide the best for my team. So this is one of your ideal situations when Taka himself isn't petrified. If your Taka keeps getting petrified, then good luck. You just have to reset the run. So towards the later part of this match, okay, it's gonna be very draggy, so I kind of amped the speed by 2 times. It's gonna be super fast. Just enjoy the battle between Ares and Stormwing. I mean, past 6 minutes, I think all you can do is really try to get as much damage as you can. And then the best attacks to do that are actually Ares' top skill and Rachel's Blaze, if they're still alive, of course. So this is where you can witness the power of your evasion RNG. Just slowly eating the damage. Slowly getting a few thousand at a time. Okay, so time for some outtakes. Do enjoy them. I've also labeled why they are called outtakes. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. I hope you have learned something new for this, and hopefully you improve your run on Stormwing. So currently my rank is at 56 for the season, about 27 okay for my current scoring. So I'm sure I'll be pushed down by all the other tier users, but no, not to worry. So I do have a summary of tips over here. So the first is basically to prioritize Taka's Totem Tents and always prepare Soil's Awaken skill by turn 3. Finally, use Soil's Awaken skill after the Stormwind uses Earthquake, okay, and or rather before the Stormwind uses his Stormwind Breath, okay, and finally it is okay for Ace to be petrified, and it's better that way so that he stays on the field throughout the match and won't get his passive remains for you to use, okay. So if you do find this video helpful, do give it a like. I'll appreciate it very much, and also subscribe to my channel. I'll come back with even more useful videos for you guys. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.